Redstone is one of the most essential resources in the Create mod, especially for crafting electron tubes, a crucial component for more advanced farms. And lately, I've been running a little low. So today, I'm setting up a redstone factory here on the server with the help of Chosen Architect, who is hooking me up with the blaze rods we need for it. If you are enjoying this series, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It helps a ton and keeps you up to date with all the things this world has to offer. Where I plan to build this redstone farm is somewhere over here, around the river that we recently terraformed. Maybe finish it up, maybe not. But we've got one, well, quite massive issue. We got this entrance right here, which is all great, meaning we can fly on through. And then on the other side, it's looking like this. And if we just pop on up to the top here, this is where I need to connect up the train tracks so that we can get blaze rods delivered from Chosen. And that's a lot of digging because, well, the base plate in there is actually at Y level 80. This is 69. Nice. But all the way up here, we're at 120, which means it's 40 blocks below us that we need to go at least. So let's bring out 2 beacons, which we can then build up here into the world. Should probably put these on contraptions. Fly haste 2, powering up a second one, and with my tools already repaired from the previous episode, getting to work on clearing away blocks. Like I said, we've got quite a ways to go, so getting a head start with clearing away the 21st layers of blocks down to Y level 100. I can't make this up. I've just broken 3 pickaxes in a row. I have 3 pickaxes left and none of them are something. Right. Which is looking good, but it is only halfway and it is getting bigger as, well, beyond this point down is where I actually want to start doing the terraforming because, well, the rest of this, that will come later when I'm doing all of the terraforming around the mountain, or main base, not mountain. And my tools do still have a bit of durability as I've got a few more pickaxes laying around. So let's start doing a bit more digging where I've now toggled on the mod Lighmatica that gives a bit of an overlay on where I should clear out the blocks so that I don't waste a lot of time digging out blocks that I really didn't have to clear. And a bit more time, and well, a total of 30 hours later, it's looking pretty good. And we do still have a lot of digging left to do, but I've got to repair up all my tools, and we've got to meet up with Rolash, as he wanted some paper, and I happen to have a lot of paper. And in fact, yes, definitely got a shulker box of paper. Perfect. Next stop, spawn, and see if we can make a smoother landing. Rolash? Are you home? I'm not so sure. Doesn't seem to be home.
Hello?
Hello?
Hang on just a second. You're coming out of the wrong speaker for some reason. What? Hi, there you are. Hello.
Yeah, hi. I have something that you wanted. Paper.
Oh my gosh. This is so helpful. How much do you want for it?
No idea.
Okay. I don't even know. Hang on 1 second. Oh, by the way, speaking of diamonds, we have, there's 6 diamonds in the Froglight shop for you. How's 20 sound? Is that reasonable?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I'll take that. Keep the shulker box.
Sweet. Well, thanks, man.
Nice. Easy 20 diamonds, which I will go and spend right away over, exit shop. So I need a few more shulker shells. And before we head back, of course, also stop by the old creeper farm. Actually, guess we'll be law-abiding citizens instead and buy a bit of XP. All right, can't spend all my diamonds, so let's also spend a little bit of time here in the creeper farm. With our tools repaired, moving back over to the main base, getting to work on clearing away the final section of blocks, speeding up another 2 hours of work into just a few short seconds. Where I've dug a lot of blocks now, but we are reaching into the train roundabout. And I've also been productive and gathered up a couple of blocks for our schematic cannon. I just need a chest. Materials transferred over into the chest, setting the schematic cannon off. Since this episode isn't focused around a terrain project, I'm allowing myself to use it so that we can get cracking on the actual project of today, while still making progress on the custom terrain around my base, where it is looking great. And we can now travel through the main base. One small issue, we're not connected up just yet, but we'll get there, right? But of course, before we can get started on building, we need materials. So back to spot. A redstone factory needs a lot of different create components, as we need to make everything from strength potions to netherrack. So first thing I want to target is just that. Filling up nearly 30 shulker boxes here. Great start to our material gathering. How much copper do I have? Actually, a fair bit. Could probably get everything I need. But I have heard the rumors that there's a copper shop on the server. And oh, there's actually a lot more shops now. Oh, here. Oh, I was gonna do that. Righto. What are your prices, good sir? Do you sell electron tubes? Oh, yeah, that's not too bad, actually. Right, I think we've got a competition on our hands, but that's not why I'm here. Let's instead head over to this little fancy place. Is he selling trapdoors? Ooh, he is. Lightning rods and waxed copper. Oh, those are pretty expensive. I think I make those myself, but I will pick up a handful of copper trapdoors. Maybe some doors. Ooh, definitely a few bulbs. Oh, but it's so... Oh, no. Stam, contain yourself. What else has popped up? So... Ooh, this is the enchantment thing Chosen was talking about, right? This I already know about, but I will actually buy one of those. I really need to get a good way to get diamonds because I am spending them left, right, and center. Also, this, I think, is the newspaper, and I might have missed... Oh, I think this is the second edition. The Culgan Quill. Okay, more dead bodies. How well the animals are treated in... Okay. What eggs has been doing. Oh, here's the first issue. This is just a bunch of lore ipsum. Right, well, at least we picked ourselves a copy of the second issue. I apparently missed the first one. Darn holiday and stuff. And before we do head back to the workshop, have I actually made some diamonds? Talking about them. First of all, ooh, another 6 diamonds in here. And, ooh, another 6 here. So we'll just leave 3 for Throwlash. Have I made any tree sales? Ooh, I made diamonds. I've made so many. What? I need to make more trees. I'm rich. Yes. My insanely bad spending habits can continue. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy all that copper I need because I deserve it. Just give me some of that. Give me some of those, some of those, some of that. Maybe a bit more those. Maybe a few more those. Thank you, cow. Got all the copper sorted out now and just a few more bits. And got and grabbed 2 gray shulker boxes here so that we can spend some time in the stone cutter gathering up all of the different stone bits we're going to need for this. I'm just going to buy something and I think he has a money problem.
Hello?
Hello? How many diamonds do you have in your shop?
1,681.
Right, because there isn't enough space in the cash register. I can't spend more diamonds. That's
actually hilarious. I was wondering if there was a limit.
Well, clearly there's a limit. It's a very random one.
No, it's a full shulker box worth. It has a regular inventory. If I click to retrieve these,
yeah, I'll stand back.
I don't know. Oh my god.
Right, there we go. I can buy my brick. Oh my god, Chosen. Oh, do you want to give back to the poor? Thank you. I can buy more stuff.
That's profit after
do you know what you should invest in? Trees. I heard
oh man,
they're hot on the market right now.
There's after eggs bought enchantments, there's already almost that many inside of the enchantment.
Oh my god, what? How does he... Oh, he should buy trees. Can everybody buy trees? I B already bought one of each trees and I got a few diamonds.
I'm working on a very large building right now, but it will probably need trees when the whole area is getting renovated. Yeah, that'll be a thing.
Yeah, well, thank you.
I got a big project ahead of me. Bye.
Yeah, best of luck. Just continue gathering blocks here, and they are definitely starting to stack up, but I think I've only got wood bits left now. So let's see what we already got in the storage. Able to get a fair bit of the wood we needed, but still missing a little bit. Now grabbing just a little bit of extra bone meal and flying on off towards our wood cutting place, where I can spend a bit of time to cut down a few varieties of trees to finish up our material gathering. And that about finishes it up. Wait, actually, no, it doesn't. We need, well, 3 more things, actually. Right, I wasn't even close to done. I don't think I have any nether warts. We're gonna grab the wart blocks, which we can crush down into nether wart, where we get a total of 19. Right. that. I need 1,000. We'll just put that in the box, and I guess the farm will have to work before it can be, well, max. Next up, over to Chosen's factory to pick up a couple of stacks of sand. Back down to the workshop. We need to just haunt this into soul sand. Just drop that off into the mess, and there's one final thing. I have 2. I'm in the depths. Let's just see if I can find one of my old tunnels. And I've actually switched up the tactics here as I brought some TNT, as I've had gunpowder this entire time. Probably should have used it. And light that. And hopefully uncover debris. Aha! First piece! Now to get us started, I want to grab our rooted and coarse dirt along with some podzol. And I want to work backwards, starting off our courtyard, which will also be the output of the redstone farm. Quite a big one with a few redstone blocks here at the back, and oh, those are in-spake. Right, okay, didn't know that. See why I have a little bit, as I want to run some pipes over this with the strength potion eventually, and I figure this looks sort of like it's been dripping out of the pipes. But before we get anything else done on this, I actually want to start on the wart farm, as that's definitely going to take some time to build up. As well, we only have the 19 nether warts at the moment. For this, we are going to need a bit of deep slate along with some pale oak. Where together with a few temporary dirt blocks here, we can start getting in a deep slate foundation. And then a larger floor here to stand on, and then if we just get some soul sand 1 block off the ground, extend this across, and then we can start extending it this way. Having created our first platform, and oh, we are so very slow on this, but that means that we can get our first 19 nether warts planted down, and now we just have to fill this out and then times that by 9. Not that many at all, right? While we wait for those to grow, I want to first bring up the rest of the factory foundation, also encasing the courtyard with a wall using some chiseled copper, granite, and polished deep slate. And it's definitely growing up here. It's taken some time, but I have replanted maybe 2 or 3 before this. And we've got 3 rows completed now at least. So I guess let's start off with the create components. I'm definitely gonna need some scaffolding. Let's just bring out some metal girders just in case. Now we do need to bring in a terrain, but I do actually want to do that on the backside up here. And then I'm actually thinking I'm not gonna export the redstone directly, and instead that's gonna run down in this direction towards another factory in the future, which will assemble things like electron tubes and every other redstone component really, plus a bunch of different things, probably create components, just whatever really. But that's a future project, so I want to have the output of the redstone farm here in this courtyard, and we'll just start that off with a giant vault, as we are gonna want a lot of redstone. So I do want to of course compete with Beardy, so we do have to have supply to match that. Then want to take a belt coming out from underneath the stairs here, running over and intersecting with this one. That's of course going to be our input, and this right over here our output. This continuing in underneath the foundation here, where we can get it back up on top, bringing up 2 chutes into a vault, which into that we got a couple of belts. For extending across those the entire way though, we will just bring in this shaft line here going underneath the floor, well, in the floor really. 3 tunnels to split, and this is where we're going to be turning our crushed netherrack. What is that called? No, it's called cinder flour into redstone, which means we need our 3 spouts and then some fluid pipes on top of that going over in this direction and down out through there into the fluing tag sitting here on the corner. A few more connecting bits. Cinder flour is going to come down on that belt from there. Let's just make sure we encase all of this with our andesite, and of course have a couple of funnels over on this side to get the resources in, and that should then afterwards bring that down onto this belt out. And oh right, we do have to have a double gearbox set up over here just to make sure that spins, which should be all of this hooked up, and then we'll just add this right underneath here for now. And oh right, gotta scroll for ages. 1 eternity later. Up with the nether warts again. Let's get these harvested yet another time. And while we continue to wait on getting enough netherwort to fill the entire first layer, let's encase the potion spouting part of the factory. First floor made out of a brick mixture before a light colored line with sandstone and birch. Moving into red to symbolize that this factory makes redstone for the second story, along with some more decorated windows. Adding on a dark oak roof before extending up 3 giant chimneys reaching high up into the sky above the factory with smoke coming out of the top, where I've sprinkled in some red glass as if the air is even more contaminated. And the first part, or well, like final segment of the factory is looking great, and so is our netherwort field. Been harvesting this throughout me building, and well, this one is completely full now, which means that I can use my fortune pickaxe just to get a little bit more. But once we start adding more layers, it's gonna get really annoying to harvest the ones further down. So I think it's time for us to build the harvesting mechanism. As well, this isn't actually all the netherwort I have now, as we are over 2 stacks and can probably actually create the full next layer. But before that, we need girders and our create components. Mainly the cart assembler, minecart, some rails, as well as bringing out our super glue, as this is, of course, going to be a contraption, which will start off right over here, and then we'll run this across all the way over to this controller rail. Just add in a little temporary block behind that, and why don't we actually get the timer set up at the moment, where we have a pulse extender which will be set to a second, and then a pulse timer behind this set to maybe every 30 seconds, and we can just toggle that to always be on at the moment. Minecart, of course, goes in there. Grab our harvesters. Our barrel goes, oh, that's gonna clip. It's fine. Barrel goes there. Block of industrial iron, then stretching across over on top of this, where we bring out our mechanical harvesters in the front. And as we're moving up, also gluing all of this together, as well as out to this metal girder. We're then just continuing this, and now time to just stack this another 8 times. Definitely looking a little overkill, but netherwort is usually the part of the process of making redstone that is the bottleneck, so I do not think that this is an issue. So why don't we try it out by turning that off like that, and that it goes. I made a terrible mistake. Lock rotation. We're good. Okay. Oh, didn't turn enough. Whew, close. But that's 39 more netherwort harvested in that one go. And let's just wait on... that's much better. This allows us to do is grab all of this, however. Now we can start bringing in the layer above our first one. 2 layers completely filled in, and a bit of a third one. Just 6 more to go, but the good thing about this now is that I don't really have to pay attention to it, and it will just stack up netherwort. A little bit slower than before, most likely, just because, well, I won't be using fortune, and you do get a fair bit more with fortune. So while that works, I've brought over a belt here from that part where we need our cinder flower to go across. And so let's just work backwards and upwards here to create the place where we can make the netherrack. So what we'll do first of all is add in 2 gearboxes here on each side. This will be where our crushing wheel sits, turning our netherrack into the cinder flower. Then a chute going up into a smart one, and then a 2x2 vault with 2 input chutes, 2 blaze burners, and then our basins on top of that. That's what's actually going to be making our netherrack. Then we need inputs into this. We need input stone, which is actually one of the other things that we need to export into the factory. Shouldn't be hard, as we'll probably just set up some stone automation right in there, and then maybe run some package towers over. We'll see exactly how we do that in just a bit, but that can come from right here, and I didn't bring any funnels. Just some input right there with those. Then item drains over on this side, where we also of course need to bring in netherrack in here. No, netherwort. Input right there, so that that's still the output. Another 2x2 vault with our outputs. I wanted originally to bring in 4 basins up here, but it made a little issue, and then realized we needed to heat them. So I had to remove 2 of them, but I still think this will be pretty fast. Go another 2 blocks out this way, and then we'll add in a little belt. Input funnel there. And this needs to be brought in, so we'll just do that. This will be the portable storage interface that connects up into the netherwort farm, and we'll have an export right there. Just continued hooking up some things here, extending up a little chute line leading into a packager, and that's where the package of stone will come in, and then we'll put a restock factory gauge on this eventually. But that's all looking pretty good, and I think this area up here is pretty much done. We do need to just sort this out real quick. Of course, we want to fill this vault out before we stop the farm. And I think this is the entire netherrack part of the factory done. I mean, minus the stone, that is. So let's get the potion in before we hook up the stone then. And that is going to need our fluid stuff. And oh, I'm gonna have to work with smart fluid pipes. I hate them. Well, my plan is at least to run this across here. In right there and then up. Smart fluid pipe right here going into a basin, followed by a pump, another smart fluid pipe, basin, fluid pipes going into the floor for water input. Of course, these two both need to be heated and needs mixers up top. Few cogs, shafts, and gearboxes connecting all of this. Then a belt going out from this guy. Bring in our shaft right there, 2 gearboxes and 2 crushing wheels to turn our blaze rods into blaze powder, which we then import into there. And that is looking good, as I've also added in the netherwort inputs from the back here. We'll just add in a few blocks here just to block that off. Move this belt back 1 more block, then this just going off to the side. Adding in a couple of casings, barrel, packager into that, and that's going to be where our blaze rod supply sits. Hook the belts up underneath the netherwort farm for the stone input, and quickly encasing that part with a white structure. Then a few pylons stretching across the tracks and over to the cobblestone factory, where we can fly on in here, and we need to set up some stone production. And ooh, this is off. Oh right, all my power's off actually. But to do this, we need to head on over here real quick and do that. Pick my truck up, just get that placed here on the outside. We can even filter those items back in. And now just to figure out a little stone farm, and I guess kind of doing just the same thing that I've done here, but for stone. Only difference being, we'll try to build this in just a little higher up. Keep it where items get smelted. Smart chute on the bottom of that, leading into our vault. I've gone extremely overkill with the vault over there, so we are just gonna have a single one this time with our output. And then we need one of those, and of course also to bring over a chain more into the room, and I guess just over here, getting that set up on top. Where did I name this one here? CF Blackstone Inn. Okay, just name this one then CF Stone Inn. Oh wait, I forgot a packager. I think everything's looking good. Just added a little restocker there and a little power source. We just need a lava and, well, to turn my power back on. Yoink, yoink, yoink. Quick little side mission. Just restock on my rockets. Grab a water bucket and fly on back up. First of all, just make sure that that spins. Everything's spinning the wrong way. All right, we'll just go in here then, add that, and think everything's spinning the right way. It should be fine anyways, but add all of those in, and that should be working. Right, let's power this up. Do I have to get this moved soon enough? Because, well, it is currently sitting on the edge and sort of exposed. It's a villager even working in there, but I still don't know where I want it to be put. Actually, we'll just we'll put it 4 hours for now. Just turn that on. Well, I mean, I guess it's not 4 hours anymore. Should have been 4 hours. It's not. Honestly, I'm honestly got no idea how long they last, but at least I don't have to build steam engines. All right, we won't see that spinning, but if we fly on in, we should see things in here spinning. Yes, we are. Means the packages are going over there, which means that we are having cobblestone being smelted right there, hooked up into that, where we can add another packager right here with a frog port connected up to that guy, then a stock link on here connected to a factory gauge. Okay, we'll just add that in for now. Going one of those. Flying over here though, and putting that on that one. Putting stone, and 27 stacks is the target. Cool. Wonder if I can get the final layers of this in now. Oh, definitely. Should probably turn this off, in fact. Heading up and adding in the 2 remaining netherwort farm tiers. And I was about to encase all of this, but I figure we might as well get it up and running so that we can start stacking up on netherwort. So we'll just turn this back on. Ooh. Ooh, loads of nether wart. How many did we get from that one? Ooh, right. This farm is definitely going to be big enough to at least supply my redstone supplies and hopefully to compete with Brady's shop. But we do need to hook up power so that we can export the nether wart. And for that, I'm probably going to just need a few things for my truck. Mainly just chain conveyors and chain conveyors. Yep, same thing, Stamp. I do have rotation speed controllers and I should have large cogs. Again, I do have to sort a better solution for this, but for now, let's just yoink that. I can go down to here and then all the way over this way. And actually what we could do, boom, boom. Just gonna need one block there. Pick that up, grab a gearbox, fly a mech. That goes right there, which everything's spinning the wrong way at the moment. So we'll just do that. Puddle collector. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound too good. Oh, wait. One thing we need to do is just hook that off for now. Yeah, we don't want water filling up into this tank over here. This is all spinning as well. Oh, right. This is a good time before we actually encase it to just double check that everything's spinning correctly. Now that I can see. So that's spinning. That's spinning. That's going the right way. That's going the right way. That's going the right way. Okay. Right. Then we should be able to just speed this up. And do we have nether wart in here? No, not yet. Oh! There we go. I'm getting so many advancements. It's kind of embarrassing, honestly. Being on this world for so long. And that's nether wart in there. Do I see it down? Yeah, down there as well. And 490 in here as well. And that's now just going to be working. And, ooh, actually, I hook this up. No, those are not spinning. Okay, so let's fix that by... I'd like to keep these two networks separate, I think. So we'll just do that hooked up into the bottom of this instead. But that should maybe request stone. There's enough stone in there. Oh, I don't have an address, actually. What did I put on the address up here? Oh, nothing. That explains it. Okay, there we go. Now, do we see some packages coming across? Oh, that looks so sick. I love packages so much. Like, that is just so cool. And it's only going to request when exactly needed. And oh, it's going to be great. Let's just see that the packages travel on up. Oh, there they come. Oh, that actually is a pretty cool animation. And in it goes. Should also request a few more stone bits here. Yep. Perfect. With the nether wart now building up, let's encase it using our brick mix from earlier to do that, bringing up a factory shell around the farm inside. Outside corner pillars have been extended, starting on the walls themselves, with a few larger windows with weathered copper grates. Bringing back the red pallet as well on top of this to finish the walls off, then throwing on two roofs with the dark oak nether brick mix I used earlier. No chimneys, as I imagine all of that is handled by the larger ones at the other end of the factory. Just been detailing a little bit, adding a little fire escape, and these pipes here going down towards the water. Just some final touches needed on those. I think this one needs just a little bit of support. We also found some valves here to limit water flow and such. Might be a cool little addition in case you do need to do some maintenance or something along that. But I've also done a little bit here. If we just head on through, I've added in a platform here on the back, and we do need to bring in a building here soon. But if we head into this section, I've added in a few catwalks and stuff here with some scaffolding, and I actually think this interior looks pretty good. I mean, don't look up too much, then it gets a little worse. But if you're just, you know, looking around here, it's a mess, but it should work. So I've grabbed some white blocks here to start bringing up a whitewashed palette here, creating our last structure of this factory. For the windows, let's get some polished tough stairs here at the bottom and iron bars, andesite bars actually, on the edges. And bring in some copycat panels, and we can actually just put this in the offhand, as I want to cover these with light blue glass. Got the backside and a roof on now, along with some details, just finishing off the input of the blaze rods with that. And we do need to get a train station set up, but for now, we can add in our post box and a funnel connecting up to that. Now we do really just need to wait for Chosen to get on so that I can go and tell him that this is ready so that he can schedule a train over here. I mean, well, we do need to fix up the train tap before that can happen, but I do think that it's all going to be working now. I think we're ready for test run. Just gonna set up my truck, as I have realized one thing we have forgotten, and that is that we need fuel for the blaze burners, and I wonder if one arm is gonna be able to reach all of these. I am extremely unsure about this. Right, so we're gonna need to put that one, run through everything. going, and probably should have gotten the top ones first, thinking about it. I'm actually not sure I'm going to be able to reach these. Nope, should be fine. We'll grab that there, and oh, we need a input. Now I need to restart. Right, my hope is going to be that a mechanical arm here in the middle somehow will I be able to reach everything. So let's just do a depot there. I guess the depot doesn't have to be right next to it, but it is. So we'll just deal with it. Should be fine. And fingers crossed. 1 input, 4 outputs. Perfect. Also added in just a small little wonky system there in the middle, and eventually we can add a post box up on here to get only the coal when we have that automated, because I don't have coal or wood or anything automated just yet, so we will have to manually supply that for the time being. But I do think we're ready to do that. So I wonder, I think I have just a bunch of coal laying around here somewhere. Oh, just a little bit. Might as well add a little item hatch here on the side for now that we can just use to deposit all of that in there. Boom. Okay, that works. Cool. Oh, wait. We're making netherrack. Okay, that's a good first sign. Right. Next thing we need to do is we need to add a potion of strength right there. We then need to probably just flip that around for the time being. Have our awkward potion ready. Make that. And then flip that around. That should get pulled into there. I've gone and grabbed 9 stacks of blaze rods at the moment from Chosen. And if we just crush up the first one, that's going to create a good backup. If we run over here, we are already making redstone. Yes. And this is working as well. So if we just open these up, we can even see it. Oh, that's great. Only thing is this isn't spinning. Forgotten to hook it up, but redstone is traveling across. We're building up on strength potions. We are backing up on cinder flower. We actually backing up on it already? No, not yet. But I hope we do. That would be great. Oh, this is amazing. How much redstone do we have already? Already 300. Oh, while we wait for Chosen, part of the factory is still floating, so spending a bit of time to bring up a boulder and a path leading around to the loading platform out back. The courtyard is also quite empty still, so adding a bunch of junk with some redstone piles, scaffolding and barrels scattered all around. Still getting more redstone down here as well, where we're now up to 11,000. About 10% of the vault filled, and then we can take our new pathway, which does need a bit of foliage and ooh, some trees perhaps. We can take this around, however, up to the loading dock, as we've got one final thing to do before, well, we could actually even get a train in here, as I've started the train track, but we need to actually get it out of the loading platform. And for that, we need a bridge, because I built a pathway down here, and yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is actually just go with some stone over this way. And we're going to build half a bridge at the moment, as I have no idea what it's going to connect up to right now. So we're just going to send some metal girders here across. We will, however, get our lodestones in, as of course any bridge I make gotta have some lodestones. Using some chutes here, we can get a diagonal bit going up, supporting that. I think something like that works. And yeah, it looks a little bit odd with it only being half, but it works for now. So let's get all of this hooked up, and yeah, we're gonna have a bit of floating track here for a bit. Got the temporary track all extended in, fixed up the intersection, added a few more train signals. I do have to figure out a way to make these prettier, but I think I'm just gonna make them a little ugly for now, and then when I have a few, it's gonna be a big stamp problem. I'm gonna have to fix it, and I'm gonna be annoyed, and we'll fix it another time, it's fine. But Chosen is still not online, and he won't be online for a little longer, so I actually went up and grabbed a few more materials for us to build a tree. And some of you may have noticed that as of this upload, I recently had my YouTube account hijacked, so I wanted to use this time as a public service announcement and encourage everyone to double check their 2FA is on and you've done everything to protect yourself against hackers and scammers. And I mean, if you are doing all of that, maybe also subscribe if you haven't already. New trees are looking great, and I wonder... Ooh, I don't have any... I do have a bit of bone meal. As we just take this here at the bottom, we can add in a little bit of foliage as well, just to add in a bit more life, make it feel a bit more like some regular Minecraft terrain and not something that I built. Chosen has just popped online here, so let's head down his train track and see if we can find him. Oh, he's definitely been busy.
Why do I... Honestly.
Hello?
There he is. Speak of the devil.
What have I done?
Well, I was just saying, he's just made himself a copper farm, as I've opened a copper shop, and he's just informed me that you're making a redstone factory. Just yes. I've opened a redstone shop. Like, why do I bother?
Yeah, that's actually why I'm here. But what are you two up to?
Wait, what?
Well, I was on a research mission, really, just to find out where all the power was going, because well, all three of us, in fact, are hooked up to the power and using it for everything. And I think I've discovered where a lot of it's going, Stan.
Do you see those crushing wheels over there?
I do. do see those crushing wheels. Yes.
Oh my
I do.
god.
It's only a couple. It's only a couple.
I mean,
crushing wheels.
I have a couple of hundreds just of drills, but
Well, who doesn't? Who doesn't?
exactly, I don't have hundreds of crushing wheels like this guy.
Right. Well, I assume there's going to be more factories in future from you two.
I've just
power
built a new
users.
one, yeah.
Yeah. See, this is my point, Chosen.
Although
my
this one
point.
is a very, very SU friendly factory.
Oh.
I mean, so is this one. I mean, I made
There
sure.
is
I made
nothing
sure.
friendly
No,
about this factory.
I made sure that every single one of these was perfectly set up with the exact amount of crushers needed to make sure I wasn't. I mean, check those vaults; they should be empty. They don't have any
yes,
hubble in them.
They are. However, if you switch these chutes out for smart chutes, then 3 crushers is enough to keep up. Just saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just saying. Like you could have less than half the amount of crushers if you just use smart chutes.
Oh,
Okay,
oh,
write
what's he
that
talking
down
about?
for my factory. Write that down. Write that down. Chosen. Redstone. It's done. It's a little late. I ran into some issues earlier this week, but it's done.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Good.
So
now I've got to figure. So I got to go over there and figure out how to.
yes, do you want to go over there? I can show you
Okay.
real quick.
Yeah. Let's do this. Let me slap the lighter on.
Down this way.
Ooh, I ain't been
There's
over here in a while.
New factory. Don't mind my mess of shulker boxes I've been building, but this post box right here. This is where the blaze rods needs to go.
Okay.
So if you follow me through the store here down into the factory, this is where you get to see the part where a 5-year-old drew this factory. Come on
Okay.
over here. Oh wait, actually, just jump on top of the belt here. Be a little careful. Don't go into the crushing wheels. This is the train station. If you need that, that's down here.
Okay.
There's a better way out
Train
actually. There's a
station
little
down here.
there's a little ladder here.
Oh god, the danger crushing wheels is scary.
But yeah, it
Okay.
works great. We got a little netherwart farm and then just all of the processing bits and bobs.
Oh, there's a package.
Yeah, I just threw that in the corner because I accidentally picked it up. It's detail now. It's
Okay,
detailed.
so I've got to label the package
This.
Scamo Redstone Blaze.
Yep.
And then I set the train to come here, and then it
Well,
automatically.
if you set it to pick up the package named this and then deliver package, it will go here from your base. It should go from your base to here. I think I've set up all the train signals correctly for my part
Okay.
of the track. So if yours is done, then it should work. And then of course, I mean, you could grab some already, even though it's not hooked up, considering it is your blaze rods. You just run around here, my nice little walking path.
Okay.
On the front of the factory, because we're on the backside, here's the output.
Ooh.
It's a little
okay.
currently just this.
Then I got to come up with a new train because I'm not going to use the same train. I hope I don't crash
Fun with
anything.
that. Have fun with that. You shouldn't crash.
I'll get out of here.
I think I've done good signaling, maybe.
It's assuming I signaled everything correctly.
Yeah. I think I
Right.
have.
All right. Looks
Alright,
good, by the way.
Thank you. With that sorted, the redstone factory minus fuel for the blaze burners is fully up and running with an amazing factory building to go along with it. The perfect addition to the main base area. As that's going to be extremely handy for some future automation. But as always, thank you so much to all of my supporters, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.